lately, and I wanted to, see if I could still dress up. So let's get into some real clothes. So I'm gonna change now. Don't look. That is better. Oh man, can you guys hear that noise? I'm sorry about the noise. It's my neighbor. Anyway, let's get into what we're doing this video. So, today we are going to be talking about, drum roll please, vinyl albums. So, about a year ago now, last summer, I went to a flea market in what I believe is Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. I'll put in a piece about that right here. But anyway, they were selling albums there for, guys, this is so cheap. It's only $1 an album. And these are original albums from like the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. They even had some albums from the 2000s. And I had a field day. Now, by the time I found this booth in the flea market, I already spent most of my money, so I only had $5. But I got some really cool stuff for $5. So, look at this one. This is Depp Rat's album, Funktify. It's a great album. I love it. And this is the TLC single Creep. I believe it's from 1993. It's the original release. And it's from their album Crazy Sexy Cool. I also got my dad some albums. This is Rolls Royce, which is a group in the 1970s. They have a lot of samples in a lot of rap songs today, called In Full Bloom. And this is my dad's favorite one. It's the Commodores. I can't really read what it says on here, but this is one of their first albums. It's beautiful. And the best part about it is barely any of them have scratches. So this was a great find to find at the flea market, but there was one small problem. How am I supposed to play these albums? I am in luck because the Christmas before that, my brother and I had chipped in getting the whole family a gift of a vinyl album record player. That swivel turn, that mat so that it wouldn't be picking that up, but there's the needle. And it has MP3. And it has MP3 compatibility. So this is beautiful. I love this. So glad me and my brother got it. So, when I first got my album player, I had a hard time figuring out how to completely set up my record player so that I could play albums, because I was like, I just want to listen to my album now. But this video by Vinylize really helped me out a lot, so I'm going to play a little clip of that for you.
Is that there are 4 items for every vinyl audio setup. These are the turntable, the preamp, the amplifier and or receiver, and speakers. Place it on whatever surface you're working with and make sure it's completely level. That's very important. But as you upgrade to the more premium models of turntables, those usually do not come with a preamp. And the reason for that is because usually the better sounding preamps are sold separately as an additional unit.
After this, he plugs in the audio input RCA cables, which are the red and white cables there, into the preamp input.
Output of the preamp to one of the line inputs on the receiver. So basically you can just pick any input you want here, like line 1 or line 2. So I'm just going to keep it simple and connect the cables to line 1. Now there's 2 different kinds of speakers, active and passive. Active speakers have the amplifier inside and passive speakers do not. So if you have a receiver, you need to use passive speakers.
And after this, in the video, it just basically says to plug everything up and then let it work. I probably already used too much of the video in this already, so let's move on. Now we're turning to the most reliable website online, WikiHow, to learn how to operate a turntable. 14 steps with pictures. Oh wow. This is super trustworthy. Well, actually, no, I checked this. This is really trustworthy. But anyway, here's part 1 of 3, preparing the player and handling your records. So, of course, lift the dust cover from the turntable. Turntables are usually fitted with plastic dust covers to keep the components clean when it's not in use. That's very important because the components need to be clean when you're playing an album. And if your cover is not hinged, you should set it aside until you're done using the turntable. Number 2, remove the dust cover from the platter. The platter is a circular platform which you place the vinyl record on. Sometimes there's a second dust cover, usually made of felt, that rests over the platter. Lift the circular felt cover off the platter and place it wherever it won't attach much dust. You can store the felt cover inside the record jacket while your record is playing. Though you may have a plastic cover, it is always good to use both when not using your turntable. Using both will ensure no dust or scratches occur or any damage. And make sure the turntable is not spinning before you put the album on there. Some turntables will have a switch to start the rotation of the platter. Others will automatically start when the needle drops. In either case, make sure your record player isn't spinning and the needle is up. Then, you place the record on the platter. Again, the platter is the round platform in which the vinyl record rests during its play. And place the spindle, which is the middle of the album, in the center of the platter through the hole in the record. And lower the record until it's resting flush on the platter. Always hold your records by the edge and don't touch the grooves of the record, because that's where all the good music is. And you may have to briefly grab the playing surface to make sure it's stable. And then just put the platter into motion. Control setups will vary between turntables, but most will have a switch that allows you to engage or disengage the motor driving the platter, and in some cases the switch will be integrated with speed selector, but for the most part you just put the platter into motion. And you lift or you cue the tone arm, that's the tone arm where the needle is, and you position it above the beginning of the record, right here. Right there. And then you lower the stylus, that's the needle, onto the record. And you put the tone arm back into place when the record's over. And that's how you play an album. Yep, this is the end of the video, but you can't leave without knowing the fave fact of the day. Did you know that the first 12-inch recording was Beethoven's 5th Symphony? Who knew that? Don't forget to like this video if you care, comment what you think of vinyl albums below, and don't forget to subscribe. We're almost to our goal of 150 subscribers, so make sure to share with your friends and family and everyone you know. Love you for watching. Bye.